Good morning, everybody in Bismarck. How's everybody doing today? Good. Hey, I'm Ashley Woolidge, first time emceeing, so have a little bit of grace. My dad jokes might fail, but I hope I don't. So, welcome. If this is your first time here at 1 Million Cups, would you raise your hand? Awesome. Woo, let's give them a round of applause, you guys. I need the clicker. Suppose it would help if I had the clicker ready to rumble, huh? Awesome. So you're probably asking yourself, why am I here, right? Well, 1 Million Cups is a free weekly program where we get together and we hear from local business leaders, local entrepreneurs, different people that have ideas for us to hear about. So our whole goal is to meet together over 1 million cups of coffee. Did you know that we've done 443 cups of coffee before today? That's pretty cool in Bismarck this year, right? Let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. And I think just by seeing everybody here, we are changing the face of our community because we are here. So we've got a great program. We've got a lot of things to talk about and a lot of community events to talk about, so we're just going to get on with it. But first, we're going to talk about our sponsors. These are the people that help us keep our lights on. So National Day Calendar, I don't see Marlo Chambers here. We've got Noah here for us and Sansaid Law. We also have University Mary and all of these great ones. So thank you guys for sponsoring us and letting us be here every day or every week. These are businesses that are giving in kind. They're sharing their people, their talent, their treasure with us. So we are very thankful for sponsors. If you're interested in sponsoring at all, come and find one of us that are here. And then at the end of the program, after Sheriff is done talking, we're going to have a Q&A, so keep your questions top of mind. All right, we got lots and lots of community announcements. But the first one I think is really cool. It's SBDC Day. Tyler, I'm going to let you talk really quick about that.
Good morning, everybody. Are you hearing me okay? Okay. Well, hey, Tyler DeMars, North Dakota Small Business Development Center is here. I'm speaking to you from the AV booth. We have this little mic up here I can talk to you from. So it is National SBDC Day. I'm the Bismarck Center Director for our North Dakota Small Business Development Center here in Bismarck. SBDCs have been around for 50 years this year. The legislation that funded SBDCs to start was in 1976. North Dakota had our network off the ground in 1986. We're celebrating our 40th birthday as an SBDC network in North Dakota here. Just a couple impacts I wanted to highlight of what our SBDCs do. Last year in North Dakota, we helped just under 2,000 small businesses across the state. We contributed or supported our clients in accessing just about $150 million in capital to get their businesses off the ground or grow their businesses. Today is just a day to celebrate our entrepreneurial community, our entrepreneurial ecosystem, very 1 Million Cups aligned, and just a happy National SBDC Day. At the end of the program today, I have a slide. If anybody who's able and willing can join me on stage afterwards, I'd just like to snap a little pic to celebrate the day. So thank you.
I think it's really cool. Oh, give them a round of applause really quick. I think it's really cool with what they do and what Mark with Women's Business Center has done. So if you've had any coaching or any help with Tyler or Mark, would you raise your hand? All right, if your hand isn't raised and you're a small business owner, you should reach out to them because it's really cool. I love the SBDCs just like I love my coffee. Strong, hot, ready to go, but sometimes hard to swallow the advice that they give you. So, all right, we got some information about our mug club.
Okay, and for those of you that are new too, I think when you walked in the door, John got you set up with an orange mug, and he mugged you. He put a little sticker on there. Well, these are the different things of swag that you can earn. So the more times you come back, every time he'll be there, he'll put one of those stickers on there, and you will earn some different levels of swag. Today, I really wanted to not just let the folks who are new know about this, but for those of you that are veterans and have been collecting them, Evan, our wonderful Evan Anderson, designed and 3D printed these fridge magnets. And say, ooh. Right. 2-color, 2-layer. And those are going to be, along with those leather coasters, those are going to be our award levels for 15 of the black stickers, which means you came 15 times in 2026. So these will be waiting for you. Woohoo. All right. Sorry, we'll try to get rid of me here in a second. Okay, but along those lines, we are also, thanks to Marlo and National Day Calendar, Marlo has gifted us some swag to be given out randomly. So you never know what 1 million cups you show up and all of a sudden it's a random day of swag, all right? So I have a little tiny game for today. By the way, there are random dates and there's random criteria, so you never know when you might win some swag, all right? So what I need you to do is get out that orange mug. Don't spill the coffee on it while you're doing it, but count the number of black stickers you have. Today is our 11th 1 million cups of this year. And it's just the black stickers, because it's just 2026. Do I have anybody who has 11 black stickers? Holy cow, you have perfect attendance. Whoa. Okay, so hand this guy, you're getting number 1. I'll tell you what that means in a moment. You're number 1. Anybody have 10? Do I have any 10s? No 10s? Oh, this is public shaming. 9. Do we have any? Oh, ho, ho, I've got 2 at 9. That is perfect. Okay. I need you to, hold on. Pick a card. Okay. And good pick. He got number 2. You got number 3. And what that is guys, after the show today, meet me up in the lobby. I've got all kinds of different swag that Marlo's given us, and you get to pick your swag in the order of your number. So number 1, you get first choice of the litter there, and then number 2, and then number 3, okay? And there's all kinds of fun stuff. There's, anyway, it's cool. You'll see me up there in the lobby. I've got it all arranged. So if you were wondering what all those jackets were and all that stuff, that was the swag. Okay.
All right, and for those of you joining us on YouTube, you know a little bit, but Evan's going to tell us a lot more.
All right, good morning. Evan Anderson here with Gizmonics. I've been spending a lot of time with our old content, our videos from all the way back to, I've even found some stuff from 2013. We used to archive all of that out on Facebook, and Facebook sent us a bad message here, I don't know, it was probably almost of a year ago, that said, oh, we're not going to save those anymore, by the way. And so that a lot of downloading ensued, and so I have been now slowly re-uploading those, getting the audio corrected to the point that I can and all that sort of stuff, but re-uploading them onto our YouTube channel, which I don't expect is going to go away anytime soon. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about navigating that. So if you can't make it to the theater, of course we live stream these things out on YouTube, so go check that out. But then once they've live streamed, they stay on that live tab forever, but that gets kind of long over time. It gets hard to find things. So what I've done is I've created playlists. So you can see across the top, if you click on playlists, this is what it looks like today. It's gonna grow as I add years. So I've actually put a different playlist for each year. So if there's something specific you're looking for, it makes it a little bit easier to navigate. So, so go to playlist, that gets you there. And then once you click on a playlist, this is the 2026 playlist, then you'll see all of the videos that are from that year. So go ahead and give it a look. It's a great way to catch up or remind yourself if there's something like, yeah, I saw that at 1 million cups, and you want to go back and reference it, there it is. So check it out. I will be adding more years as I go, but it's not surprisingly a very time-consuming process. That's a lot of, we have hundreds and hundreds of videos. Throughout the process, and it's kind of fun. I get to see all these old presentations and reminisce and cry and drink wine, and no, I don't do that, but but it is kind of nostalgic. It really is fun to see some of these businesses that have blossomed since they presented, or some certainly that are no longer with us or whatever, but it's just been a really fun kind of walk down memory lane. One of the really fun ones was from October 9th, 2013. This wasn't even on our YouTube channel. It was on one that they had created when 1 million cups first started. And this is Scott Wild emceeing on October 9th.
Good morning. Welcome to the first ever 1 million cups event in Bismarck and Mandan. We are very, very excited to join this amazing nationwide project. We are the 16th city, Bismarck and Mandan, to join this amazing project.
So if you want to see the rest of it, it's in the 2013 playlist. But they had a speaker, and it was pretty cool to be able to see them kind of say, hey, this is the first time we've done this. And also being the 16th community, I didn't realize that was the case. So it was kind of a little bit of history there as well. So anyway, that's where it all started. And hundreds. You know, I think there have been some that have come and gone. We've got some in North Dakota even that have started and are no longer kind of under that 1 million cups umbrella. But I know, Tyler, you might know hundreds, right? A couple hundred, maybe at 150 right now. So, and we were number 16. So they were just getting that thing off the ground when Marlo and Scott and Ellen kind of jumped in and made it happen for the community. So, okay, I don't know, is this going to just play again? Okay, completely different movie trailer.
You talk funny. Do you have a name? I have no idea how the world used to be. The curving, prissy, abandoned French spots like you. Y'all gonna let this first peacock take this thing? This is America! It's first come, first serve! If the sun comes up tomorrow and you're still in my town, you're dead.
How dare you speak of my husband like that?
You're a spoiled rich girl, playing princess your whole life. Oh, you know, there is one more thing we gotta do. Give this place a name. Finally, I have a place big enough for my tiny people.
You think you're quite the big man? I'll crush you.
You shouldn't be able to do that.
And Woodburn is out of your home.
He's outstaying his welcome here. You get away from my wife.
An empire needs an empire.
All right. So Dan Belinsky of You Mary fame, he's a professor there. Also owns Canonical Productions. How many of you have seen one of his films? All right. So we've got some people in the know here. That is coming out April 17th, actually. There's a red carpet premiere. You may want to, I don't know if you can grab that. Well, you can find it if you can't grab that code. But he will be coming actually and talking a little bit at a community announcement as that date gets closer. But I wanted to throw this out for anybody that hadn't heard that his opening was coming up. The April 17th is actually a red carpet premiere event sort of thing at the Civic Center. For anybody that went to the Medora or the Hazel one, that was just an incredible event too. So neat to have that being done right here in this community, making feature-length films. He's getting distribution deals on a lot of his films, so he's the real deal. He's working on creating a nonprofit that's going to build a studio that's going to give him space and other space to build more of these kinds of films here locally. So anyway, that is coming up April 17th, and I'm going to hand the mic over. Sorry.
You're good. Can we give Evan a round of applause for all the work that he has done for us? I don't want to know how many hours you've spent watching all of us repeated. So,
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and I'm the Director of Membership Development at the Bismarck Mandan Chamber EDC. And I'm really excited to announce that nominations are now open for 20 under 40, and it is just as it sounds. We're awarding 20 people under the age of 40 for all the great work that we're doing in Bismarck Mandan. Yeah, Sheriff, you won last year, right? Yeah. So awesome award, and those recipients are recognized across several different platforms for the Chamber EDC, and then also recognized at our Celebrate Bismarck Mandan event in September. So feel free to scan that QR code and nominate someone you know today. Then I'm also very excited to announce annual dinner is right around the corner on April 16th. So this is a great night to come celebrate with several different members in the community. We're almost at 800 attendees right now. So if you've never been, it's a great opportunity to come connect with fellow members in the community. There's an evening of entertainment, there's a plated meal, and it's kind of like a black tie formal event. So really, really fun opportunity, and a couple different capacities to attend. There's general admission, which is a great way if you are attending. But then there's also, you can see all of our sponsors on the side, specifically our table and our shared table sponsors. So several people from your organization want to attend. Highly recommend checking out that small business table sponsor, which is 2 seats at a table of 8. Then there's also a half table sponsor and a full table. So that half table is 4 people, or 4 seats at a table of 8, and then full table is obviously 8 seats. So if you have any questions, I'm going to be here for the remainder of the presentation today. So grab me afterwards, or feel free to scan that QR code, register, or contact Frankie Berry for that table sponsorship.
And while it may look like I'm under 40, sorry, you can't nominate me. So I think Christy's here as well.
Yes, I'm Christy Dodd, and I'm with Families Flourish ND, which is a nonprofit that does child abuse prevention across the state. April is actually the national month for child abuse prevention, and we do a free series every Thursday during the month of April with national speakers coming in to talk to, it's a virtual series, so it is free. You can register online, and we're talking about important topics that caregivers should be aware of, because raising kids today is completely different than it was even though when my son was young, and he's only 19 now, but some of the things they're facing and some of the things as parents or as caregivers we need to be aware of is truly important. So.
All right. And I know Ryan wasn't able to join us today, but he is offering 1 Million Cups people $75 off a ticket at the seat at the bigger table. So if you're looking for a great inspirational story, hearing somebody who sold or bought noodles to feed his family to now having $50 million in revenue, or all of his assets and all that, super awesome. There's a QR code there. If you have any questions, I can connect you with Ryan as well. But use that group code for $75 off a ticket, so it'd only be $50 to attend on April 9th. All right. Anybody else have any community announcements that aren't slided? Cool. Well, we're going to get to the main event here. I am humbled and honored to introduce a gentleman that I've gotten to know really well over the past couple of years. And so without further ado, let's clap Sheriff on up here. Good man.
This thing working? Perfect. Can you guys hear me clearly? Perfect. Well, good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank 1 Million Cup for having me again since last year to come and kind of talk about what we have done, what we have accomplished since last year I was here. This month marks exactly a year when I was here last time with 1 Million Cup. So a lot of things have changed. When I stood here last year, I asked audience a question. And the question was, I wanted everybody to close their eyes and imagine the life that you dreamt of when you first started your business, right? And we took a second, got into the minds, imagined it, and we opened our eyes. A lot of us realized that the vision that we had, which was potentially a financial freedom, maybe more time with the family, maybe the freedom to be able to do whatever we want for the reason we started a business, and a lot of us realized that vision that we had didn't turn out the way we were hoping for, right? A lot of us feel that way. A lot of the time, the vision that we had, now we had calendar invites, more invoices, more meetings to do, more fires to put out. So today I stand with a different question. And the question is, what if the real reason majority of the businesses fail to scale and grow isn't because the business owner are not working hard or they are not talented enough, but maybe because they are potentially doing a work of 5 people with 1 brain and 24 hours. So today I stand kind of as a summary what happened last year when we asked business owner to really focus on smart way of working versus working hard, and also having the right team and the right technology to support you. So just a little update. Last year at this time, my wife was, at the time, 1 month away from delivering our baby. So Easton is, by math, it's going to be 1 year old. That's Easton on the left side. My wife, Cassie, she's in the audience. Our boy, who is a 3-year-old now, clearly looks like me, dressed like me. He definitely acts like his mom, which is beautiful. So just a little update on our family side of things. And last year was great for us. It's been a year now. So since last year, we have doubled operations when I first presented at 1 Million Cup. And a huge shout out go out to 1 Million Cup, you guys for having us here. Chambers, a huge help, and our networking group, some of our clients are here. We won the 20 Under 40 award, which was a blessing. We were one of the nominees for Small Business of the Year. We were in the Bio magazine, Fargo magazine. I mean, we were everywhere, which is, again, for somebody just going into their first year full-time into the business, I consider that a massive blessing and a good response from the community for something that's so new here. North Dakota workforce challenges. That's what we have focused on since last year. This is the current structure of what the state of North Dakota is doing to solve the workforce challenges. 50% of the efforts are local hiring local people. There's programs like job service, employer engagement. 30% of the efforts are like, hey, let's bring people from out of state. Root Grant Program, ND Career, and also the international option, the H-1B, H-2, all these visas to bring people from outside of the United States to come help with the workforce issue. So these are the main 3 branches. And still, the data is, since November 2025, the labor force participation rate for North Dakota was 69%, almost 70%, which, again, if you don't know the term, it basically means out of 100 people that are available and willing to work in the state of North Dakota, 70% of them are already working, which is a very healthy number. We are the top 3 in the nation. North Dakota is one of the top, so we utilize everybody here. What does that mean? Even with that healthy number, the ratio is 30 available workers for every 100 jobs. What does that mean? We just don't have enough people to go around. Some of the stats, 70% of North Dakota business struggles to hire qualified staff. Small business drive most job growth in North Dakota but face high churn. Owners spend 49 to 50 hours a week, leaving little time for strategy. 96 minutes a day wasted on inefficiencies, and traditional hiring is costly. Not to say you can hire somebody, spend all the money on recruiting, train them, and in 3 to 4 months sometime, they move on, and then you start all over again. So these are some of the most common challenges in the state of North Dakota. So what do we offer? We offer a 4th alternative, which is very new. People are not used to it, so we are doing the educating. We offer remote professionals. These people just work remotely, and they're able to help business owners in the back end with administrative tasks. And the applications are for any kind of business, from entrepreneur, small, medium, to large, because every business have these 5 pillars, I call, and as long as they have these, we can help them. Here are some of the examples of the remote positions that we offer to businesses. We have added a new one since last year, which is AI specialist. With the AI boom, everybody's interested. It's a hot topic. It will be something that we want to definitely explore. And our starting cost is $13 an hour for positions like admin assistant, data entry. But depending on the position and the qualifications, that price will obviously change depending on what you're looking for. Here's a quick cost comparison. On the left side, $48K is your average North Dakota wages for like a simple position like admin assistant. But as a business owners, you have all these additional expense to have an employee. So you technically is around 69K. That's your average cost for having a basic admin position. On the right side is our cost based on an admin position. So what I found last year was I thought maybe I'll bring somebody remotely, bring these resources to business owner, and that should be plenty. But I was very wrong. Just bringing somebody remotely for business owner to be able to utilize in the back end wasn't enough, because I was actually battling mindset. It was the mindset that was my biggest challenge. When we were talking to business owner, a lot of the time the mindset was, it's me, I'm the business. I do everything, nothing works without me. So we actually go through a pretty quick exercise with business owner to see which side are you on. I call it strategic versus maintenance. To be able to grow and scale your business, you gotta act, and like 60 to 70% of your time has to be focused on strategy. What's the strategy for growth? What's the plan? What are you gonna do today that's gonna lead you to growth tomorrow? But if you're in the maintenance mindset, which means you're barely making it, you're just doing the day-to-day stuff to just maintain your business, the growth is hindered because there's not a lot of time for strategy. How do you know which side you're on? Here's a very simple statements that you might hear. From somebody on the strategic side, you might hear statements like, what can I delegate to create more freedom? Who can do this instead of me? What drives long-term scale? How can I focus on vision and leadership? And how can I build systems and trust it, the team that can perform for me? Somebody on the maintenance side would say, I am the system. Nothing works without me. It's faster if I do it myself. I can do everything, including low-level tasks. Let me get through my inbox first, right? No one else can do it like me. And my personal favorite, it's not even on there, is the amount of time it's going to take me to train somebody, I could have done it myself, which is very true. It's very, very true. But that's why you're in it. That's why you can never get out of it. Imagine 10 years of experience. You have all this wealth of knowledge, and then you're a very successful business owner, but it's all in your head. You don't have a way to put that on a paper in a process that you can bring people that can follow the process and learn and use that knowledge to scale, because it's all in here. So that's why you're needed most of the time. Other than mindset, I call it the art of delegation. People don't really know how to delegate. What to delegate, where do I even start? They have pain points, but like, where do I even start? So we come up with this very simple exercise, and we encourage business owners and their employees to go through this. You create 3 columns. First column is task you actually love doing in your business. Think about everything that brings you joy. You write them down. Second column, tasks you actually hate doing. These are the things you dread doing, you're not really good at, and you just hate them. Third one, the tasks that you shouldn't be doing. More important. That is, if you don't have a background in accounting, maybe don't try to balance your books by yourself, right? If you don't have an idea on the trends in the social media and the graphic design, maybe don't become your own social media manager, right? So we will take the second column and the third column, things you hate, things you're not good at, and you put them together in a long list, and then you do what I call a money audit. I call it 15 versus 150. The question is, from all these things, would you pay somebody else $15 to do this thing, or would you pay somebody else $150 to do this specific task? Now you can see, would you pay somebody $150 an hour to create a Canva graphic for you? I think the answer would be no. Then you shouldn't be the one doing it, because your time is money. So once you start labeling these things down, you're gonna realize the expense that you're willing to pay are gonna be things like customer relation, improving processes, networking, trust building, because we would pay a business consultant $150 an hour to come and improve our processes, because that is a hard thing to do. And you as a business owner has an obligation to do the things that are hard, that focus on growth and scale. So once you have this listed, the ones that you target and labeled $15, those are the first to go off your plate, because they are low level, you hate them, you're not good at them, and you wouldn't pay somebody a lot of money to do it either. That's a starting point. Now, I have examples of what I don't like, but that could look completely different depending on the businesses. So here's what's next. So this is basically what we have done so far. We're growing in Minot, Fargo, Grand Forks now. We're expanding out of Bismarck a little bit. The more people know about us, the more they see the results, the more it's easy to expand than the word of mouth. The trust is a huge thing in North Dakota. So now, because of AI, we are introducing AI specialists. We are talking about automations. Now, that is a new topic, and North Dakota, I would assume, probably is the last state where the AI takeover happens. Because we are so people-based, right? We're still traditional in the sense of we like to talk to people, we like to have people-first approach, but we can't deny that AI isn't coming. And when something is a revolution, like AI is coming and everybody's adapting to it, it's smarter to get ahead of the curve and learn so you can adapt when your competition is all AI versus you're just struggling, especially with the workforce challenges that we already exist, right? So what we have done, I'm going to show you some examples of what these AI specialists that we offer could do. Something very simple. Now, this is a social media automation. Now, personally, I don't recommend automating your social media. Here's the reason why. Social media, to me, if I follow somebody, is about authenticity. I want to know you as a person. That's what makes me want to follow you. If I know you're using AI and you're not the one behind it, I don't know. I would have a little hesitancy following it. But if you sell products, if you sell promotional products, jewelries, dresses, anything that doesn't require to have a human being behind it, this is a very good thing for them. What this automation does, for the sense of convenience, you could take a photo of a product, raw image, from your phone, and it will automatically take it to an AI tool, make it super fancy, make it super nice, add another animations, like moving animations, and add a music, and then automatically post it in whatever platform you want. So think about the starting point is you just took a photo. Ending point is posted, edited, all that stuff happened very, very neatly. I'll give you an example of that. This is the raw image, just took of a clone in my house, and that's what it did with it. And I know, right? That's what I thought. This is supposed to be a video, it's not playing with the slides, but this would actually showcase really slow motion with the music in the background, and this will be posted on all different platforms. So if you sell products, this automation might be worth your time, because you're just taking pictures and it's doing this thing for you. You don't have to work on edits and things like that. Just an example. Another one is this. I love when AI tool actually create conveniences for me versus just a fun thing to do. This automation, what this does, you take a photo of a receipt. Now, everybody, business owner, you got to collect receipts, save them. It takes time. This will, you take a photo, it automatically gets saved in a folder, labeled, formatted, named. An Excel sheet gets created where everything on that receipt gets read by AI, and they get labeled, categorized, everything. So all you're doing is taking pictures of receipt, and this Excel sheet's filling up for you. By the end of the quarter, send it to your accountants. Now, I don't know if that's important for some people, but now I got to thinking, I'm like, what else can we do with this? Can we add bank statement? What if I download a bank statement, take a photo of the bank statement, or dump it somewhere, and it does the same thing? Answer is yes. So we have hired 2 to 3 AI specialists ourselves, because I'm not a specialist in AI. I'm a sales guy. But I see a problem, and I want to solve it. So I have specialists helping us. So I come up with ideas, hey, can we do this? Can we do this? And I have an amazing team that figured out a way to do this. This is another one. So it could go as simple as taking a photo from a receipt or something like this, where for social media management, for example, every week it goes to 3 different platforms, Facebook Analytics, Twitter Analytics, LinkedIn Analytics, formats them properly, merge them together, and then creates a data sheet, send a report to a client. Every week, automatically, I don't have to do anything, right? So now imagination goes, like, what else can we do, right? So think about your processes that you're currently doing 5 things, 5, 6, 7 different steps. If somebody could automate that, what is that worth to you? Does it actually save you some time? Because now, obviously, everybody, we talk about AI all the time, AI agents, AI automations, and we all have probably did our own version of trial and error. Here's the simple facts on AI. DIY AI agents, startups, like people who try this, there's a 70% fail rate. Because we start just for fun. Hey, I just want to see what I could do, right? But if you don't know how to set it up, how to tweak it, you actually don't see ROI on that, right? So what we have done is we created an AI system that I'm very happy and excited to, and scared, to showcase today. This AI system will be able to answer calls, have conversation, transfer calls, handle objections during the call, schedule appointments. It will be connected to your calendar. So if you're a appointment booking business or you get a lot of calls, this will be able to connect to your calendar or your CRM, book appointments from that phone call, send a reminder to the person who's calling, and send you a reminder that the calendar is booked. And you could do so many more things with it. Okay, that's the time. Let me show you a live demo. So again, this could go terribly wrong, but we're going to give this a shot. So I have this system installed for Inclusive. So if you were calling Inclusive and you're like, hey, what do you guys do? Simple questions. What do you guys charge? How can you help me? Could you book me an appointment with the owner or something like that? And we have also trained it to, for me, it's always better when I can lock in somebody for a consultation. I can meet with them because that's when the trust is built and that's when I close. So I don't want people, so my AI is trained basically to lean you towards the consultation. So you're going to see that in action. I will ask questions. It's going to say, hey, maybe it's a good idea for you to book a consultation. It's going to try to lean you to a consultation. And at any point, you're just getting frustrated. You're like, can I just talk to a human being? Immediately triggered, call transfer to me. And it will sense the frustrations during the call. If you're not able to get the answer you want, it will transfer the call to me. Because the last thing I want to do is lose a client over AI calls, right? So let's give this a shot. I hope you guys can hear me.
Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm your AI specialist with Inclusive. Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Hey, Lisa, I'm just calling to find out what you guys do.
Hey, Lisa, good to hear from you. Yeah, for sure. Easiest way to say it is we help business owners get some time back. Usually folks call us when they're drowning in emails or scheduling and just need an extra set of hands without the hassle of hiring full-time staff. What kind of business are you running?
I own a plumbing company.
Oh, nice. Yeah, plumbing. That's a solid business. So you're probably juggling calls, scheduling, follow-ups, all that stuff on top of actually doing the work, right?
Yes, and I'm hoping you guys can help me.
Absolutely. We can definitely help with that. Most plumbing folks we work with have us handle the scheduling calls, follow-ups with customers, keeping everything organized so you can actually focus on the jobs. What's eating up most of your time right now? Is it the scheduling piece or more the back and forth with customers?
It's a combination of both, plus I have other admin tasks. I would love to have somebody follow up with their clients, a mixture of both.
Just give me a second. Yeah, that makes total sense. So you've got the scheduling chaos, the customer follow-ups, plus all the admin stuff piling up. That's exactly what we handle for folks like you. Honestly, best way to see if this is a good fit is just a quick call with the team. They can walk us through how we'd set things up for your plumbing operation. No pressure or anything. Want me to get that scheduled?
Yeah, do you have any time this Friday?
Yeah, absolutely. This Friday is March 20th. Let me check what we've got open for you. What time works best for you? Morning, afternoon, or are you flexible?
How about 10 a.m.?
10 a.m. on Friday the 20th. That works great. I've got you down for that. Just so I've got everything, what's your name?
James.
Got it, James. And what's the best email to reach you at?
It's plumbing@gmail.com.
Perfect, I've got that. And is this the best number to reach you at, or should I grab a different one?
Nope, this is it.
All right, sounds good. So just to confirm, we've got you down for a call this Friday, March 20th at 10 a.m. The team will reach out to walk through how we can help with the scheduling, customer follow-ups, and admin stuff for your plumbing business. You're all set, James.
We'll be in touch Friday morning.
Could you actually just transfer me to somebody human? I just want to talk to somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. I can get you over to them right now. Just in case we get disconnected, what's the best
213-213-5555.
Got it, thanks. Let me get someone who can answer these questions for you. Give me a second.
So it's transferring call to me. I have network issues here. So there's some hiccups you can see. But so this is basically a demo environment for it. Basically, I have created so I can ask question, ask conversation. Now, this could be very different for you. You're like, I don't want to have a conversation. I wanted you to ask these specific questions. These are my triggers, and this is when I want you to transfer the calls to me. We can set that up. Totally cater to that business specifically. And then once it's done, you can actually now have this thing 24/7. Imagine using this. It will take calls 24/7. It'll be the first point of contact. And let's say you're like, I still want to have, I want to see who actually calls me, and I want to decide if AI picks it up, because I want to be in control of who I answer the calls for. So we can set it up where the first 3 calls you get. If you choose to answer, great. If not, it will automatically take the calls. We can set it up to the point where certain hours of the day, you're at a conference, you can't get to the phone. Certain hours of the day, it can start taking the calls for you. Now you could take a step further. Do you want it to book appointments? And then whatever people are calling, if they ask the name and all the other stuff, it actually gets added to your software as a contact. And then you can follow up. So you can catch every lead. So this kind of ensures that you never miss a call, ever. Because in a lot of the service-based businesses, every call missed is a lost opportunity. This pretty much guarantees that you never miss a call. We can cater to the tone. We can make it friendly. We can make it professional. It can actually qualify the leads. It will eliminate all the spam calls, 1-800 numbers, anything. So based on what we train it to do, it will be able to perform accordingly. So that was a little demo. So if you guys, we're going to pick 5 businesses. We're going to offer this for free for 1 week to try it out. We're going to build one specific to your business, train it. You get to try it for 1 week. If you like it, great, we can move forward. If you don't like it, you just got a free trial. So let us know if you're interested. You can call our number or reach out to me. Let me know if you're interested. We'll pick the top 5 people who wants to do it. Again, shout out to all the organizations that have been helping us since last year. Chambers, you guys have done a huge help. And again, if this is what you look like, you're the CEO, the HR, social media, accountant, let us take some of the hats off for you. And before I end my presentation, I do care about the value that we provide. So we actually brought a couple of our clients here. Sean with Open Water Marine, you're on the water, fun dealer. Sean, would you mind sharing your experiences? Sean has one of our web developers. Sean, would you mind sharing your experience about our services and what mindset shift led for you to want to utilize us?
Yeah, one of the biggest things for us and a pain point was website, web design. Anytime that I've used multiple different people, and it always felt like I was being a pain asking them to do something, and it would take weeks and weeks and weeks. We hired Sheriff to do website development for us, and then social media and everything in that regards. And within 2 days of hiring inclusive staffing, products that we were listing online for sale that we had listed for multiple years, 2 days after hiring Sheriff and them getting them listed, they were sold all the way to the state of New York. It took 2 days, and it was a product that we had for multiple years, and everything now I can get approved within a few hours, get it listed, get it on there, and it's so easy and so seamless. So it's been awesome, Sheriff. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for. Then Tammy, Farmers Insurance, one of the best agents in town. Same question, Tammy.
Yeah. So I hired Sheriff to do my social media. When I first started, they said, be a business owner, it's going to be great. And then they don't tell you that you have staffing, payroll, accounting. I sell insurance. That's what I know. I don't want to get into making content for social media. And I can, and I have, but then the whole editing, no, that's not my jam, and I don't want it to be. So that's why I hired Sheriff to do that, because I want to make a footprint, and he can do that for me. He gives me the ideas and just makes it possible. And it probably takes 10 minutes out of my week because he sends me all the content. I look at it and I'm like, oh, good job. And then I just like copy and paste it into an approved folder and I'm done. And it's that simple. And then he has forced me to get out of my comfort zone and video make reels for on Facebook, which again, I'm not very good at, but he makes me look professional and great. So that's what I appreciate.
Thanks, Emmy. Appreciate it. Yes, again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. The QR code takes us straight to the website. If you want to be part of that 5-business plan that we are offering, please reach out to us, and we'll go from there. Again, thanks you, everyone.
Awesome.
All right, Ross is going to be running mugs, so if you have a question, raise your hand. Sheriff, thank you so much. As somebody who uses your services, a year ago I was in the seats and going, oh, there's no way in North Dakota anybody is going to approve of that or whatever. So what are some of the main hiccups that you have or the objections that you have that you've faced?
I think people have bad experiences with a similar concept. So once you have a bad experience, your tendency is, this doesn't work for me, right? But what I think most of the companies are missing is the cultural aspect of it. I've been in North Dakota since 2014. My wife is from Lincoln. I've been blended in pretty well, I feel like. So I understand what works in North Dakota is trust-based. It's the authenticity, and it's somebody who's coachable. So when we are bringing people remotely, we make sure these trainings are there, so it helps them easier transition into any business. And for business owner, it's more about idea and how this will work, and the comfort and the trust. I think trust, I would say, is the main one. I have so many people, they want somebody else try our services, have good experience before they give it a shot, which is totally understandable. That's how North Dakota works. So we are just educating everybody. Instead of a sales pitch, we educate, we do a value proposition, and it takes time to build that trust. Like, and depending on, like, Fargo is very different than Bismarck is. Right? Fargo, they're like, oh, you offer services? Oh, sounds great to me. Come, let's make a deal. Bismarck, like, let me talk to you 5 more times before I make a deal, right? So it depends on where you are. So, but again, we are in the community, in front of everybody, talking through this, testimonials, which again helps build trust.
Sheriff Sharma here again. What is one service that you feel you are the best at in all realms of offering, and that you can bring the best value to your clients?
Boy, okay, no pressure there. I don't know if I'm best, because to be the best, you got to know everybody, and I don't know everybody. What I can genuinely say that we are very intentional with our process. I am obsessed with customer experience. I want to make sure your experience is great, because if I can make sure your experience is great, I know you will stick to me versus somebody else who might be even better than me. So I focus on experience. I mean, very simple example, iPhones. So expensive phone, right? I've seen people who shouldn't have iPhone, because it's not the money issue, it's the convenience, it's the experience. So we focus on experience. And what I've seen mostly us growing in is a combination of automations with AI specialist and a remote professional. Because again, AI is, again, people are very hesitant to go all the way out. Everybody uses ChatGPT, I'm assuming, right? How many people actually use AI agents in this room? I know Ernie would. But Ernie is a specialist, right? He knows something about something to make it work for himself. As you see, majority of the people are like, we don't use AI agents. Why? Either lack of knowledge, lack of implementation, and maybe no trust, right? So you're gonna have to call Ernie from BizBlock if you wanna learn a little bit about that. Or what we would like to be a part of that, where instead of AI agents, we're offering automations. And a simple differentiating factor that I would say between AI agents and automations is think of AI agents as chef, okay? And automations is a recipe. Automations is a step-by-step process. If you follow this process, The result's going to be the same every time because the recipe never changed, okay? Chef can create multiple different recipes, so a lot more talented, but if you don't have a good chef, the recipe's bad. And so Ernie is a good chef, right? So he can build AI agents that could help multiple different recipes. But as far as majority of the people goes who don't have the capabilities, I would say stick to automations. Because so we could build the steps, exactly predictable answers, and it's easy to fix. So the automations I showed you, 7, 8 steps. If something doesn't go right, we can pinpoint exactly where it went wrong, and we can fix it. AI agents, if something doesn't go right, it's hard to troubleshoot because there's no steps. It's autonomous thinking, probability thinking, so that could be tougher to critique. And personally, I wouldn't use AI agent for a lot of things. I would use it for calling, I would use it for lead generation, I would use it for research, anything that doesn't require any autonomous thinking that could potentially lead to some financial burden, right? Because again, you can have hallucinations, which is again, you overload it with a lot of information, it will make errors. And that's, again, you need somebody like a specialist to do that. So in our case, what we see ourselves growing into is a lot of automations mixed with remote professional, so you still have a human being overseeing those things, so almost guaranteeing there's going to be no error. And I'm hoping that concept helps people get introduced to AI a little easier and get their feet wet, basically.
Thank you, Sheriff. I have a quick question. It's
Oh,
Christy.
right there, yeah.
When we're working with you and looking at like social media or website, and we're hiring someone remotely, is that the same person you're working with so they can get the feel of the business's voice and how the website goes?
We have an internal team. So we have a web developer, AI specialist, graphic designer. We have a specialist from all different things, and we do projects too. Like website building is a project, it's a one-time thing. So we have that. When it becomes to automations, now, if you don't want to hire, let's say, a AI specialist, because that might be a little costly. It's not going to be $13 an hour, obviously. But that might be a little spendy for people. Like, hey, I don't want to have a whole AI specialist on my team. I can justify it. Okay, then we have now started to do subscription services based on automations. Like if automations are tier 1, I call it, tier 1 is like simple automations. But that could be valuable to you. You could pay $500 and get 4 automations out of that. What does that mean to you? Is that worth $500? I don't know, but that's why you get to pick what automations you want. And then it goes up to 1,000, 15, and more, depending on how complex it gets. But we have a set of teams, to answer your question, we have a set of team, but if you wanted to work with one specifically, you can hire them specifically for yourself for as long as you want to.
So Sheriff, congratulations on your success. You were impressive last year, you're impressive this year, and one tidbit, I really love the way that you recognize your bride on social media posts as far as her contributions to your business. And I want to flip to, when I think about you, as I think of a template for success when you think about branding, marketing, and advertising, right? We call it BMA. For this group here, what's the most proudest thing that you're proud of, whether it's branding or marketing or advertising, from like this last year?
I think branding, it's important. Branding changes everything. If you brand it correctly, the same services, people will pay a lot more money just because of how the brand represents itself, how the message come across. So what I wanted to focus on last year and going forward is we want to label ourselves aligned with people who are willing to grow and scale and looking forward and want to improve, and we want to align ourselves with efficiencies. So when people think efficiencies, I want them to people think inclusive. If people think about growth, I want them to think inclusive. So that's our idea. Implementation's tougher than say, but that's the model we're following.
Good morning. My name is Emily. I'm just curious how many remote employees you do employ, and if they're located nationwide or primarily more local.
All of our remote employees are from India. They're all outsourced in India. When I was last here, I kind of explained the whole concept. We have a branch in India. And what that does is give a lot of control on who we hire, how we hire, the quality of people we hire, also accountability. So we have a branch here that protects you for any issues and liability insurance-wise. But we also have a branch in India that holds them accountable. If anything happens, we can legally take actions in India, which is why nothing happens. So to give the quality of candidates that you want and safety and security, so there's no data breaches and things like that, we have to establish a company overseas. So right now, full-time staff, we have 6. We have 6 part-time. And our social media, we have 15. So we're growing. I think our social media marketing side, I think, is growing faster, which I did not, this was not the plan. But if that's what the community wants, we want to be able to help out them.
Okay. Well, I'm sure there's plenty more questions. Sheriff will be up here after the presentation and is available through all the social media contacts and stuff, but we do have one more question for you.
Thanks for your presentation. Thanks for what you're doing too. It's always super interesting to hear the progression that you guys have been doing. So what can we as the 1 Million Cups community do to help you to continue to succeed?
I think spread the word, what I would say. Like, the concept that might seem foreign isn't really foreign, because we are already helping communities in North Dakota, small towns. And with the challenges that really, really exist here, we want to be that resource for business owners to really grow in scale. Because if business is thriving, there's more jobs, everybody's happy, you can get paid more. So we want to be able to create more opportunities by helping businesses grow in scale.
Awesome. Can we give Sheriff a round of applause, please?
Thank you.
Yes, do that. All right, and we have a very full calendar, and we've got some amazing things coming up. As you can see, Christy will be here next week with Families Flourish. All of Dexter Eyewear will be following them up, and